Open Google Maps right now. Search for a city called Moynaq in the far northwest of Uzbekistan. Switch to satellite view, and you'll see something strange. Rusted ships are lined up in the middle of a desert. Dozens of them. No water, no harbor, no waves, no seagulls. Just ships, sitting on sand. People who see it for the first time can't believe their eyes. It looks like a doctored image, but it's real. You can go there and touch them yourself. Rusted steel plates, shattered windows, swept clean decks. The ships have stood there untouched for decades. Just 50 years ago, these ships were sailing a real lake. There was a lake right here. It was the fourth largest lake in the world. Its surface area was roughly the size of Ireland. Tens of thousands of fishermen made their living on this lake. Carp were caught here. Sturgeon were caught here. But now, the lake is gone. Only the ships remain, standing in the middle of a desert. Camels wander past them. It is the fastest disappearing lake in human history. NASA captured the entire process on satellite. In the photos, the lake shrinks little by little, year by year. In time-lapse, it disappears as if someone pulled the plug from a bathtub. And one of the causes is sitting in your closet. The Aral Sea was fed by two rivers, the Amu Darya and the Sir Darya. Rivers that originated in the mountains of Central Asia and flowed into the Aral Sea. For thousands of years, these two rivers kept the lake full. Then in the 1950s, the Soviet Union made a decision. The plan was to turn the deserts of Central Asia into cotton fields. Cotton is a crop that demands enormous amounts of water. The Soviet Union diverted both rivers. The water was channeled through thousands of kilometers of irrigation canals and poured onto cotton fields. The flow of water into the Aral Sea was cut off. Starting in the 1960s, the water level began to drop. By the 1980s, it had shrunk to a quarter of its original size. By the 2000s, it was down to 1/10. Today, the Uzbekistan side of the Aral Sea has nearly ceased to exist. Where the water once was, a salt desert remains. The ground is saturated with decades of accumulated pesticides and fertilizer residue. When the wind blows, toxic dust travels hundreds of kilometers. Nearby residents breathe it every day. Rates of lung cancer, tuberculosis, and kidney disease are among the highest in the world. The anemia rate among women in this region reaches 97%. Newborns here are frequently underweight. Children's immune systems have collapsed. Doctors see diseases here that are rare anywhere else. They call it Aral Sea syndrome. It takes approximately 15,000 liters of water to produce a single pair of jeans. A single t-shirt requires around 2,700 liters. That is enough water for one person to drink for 2.5 years. That water came from the Aral Sea. Murat's father was a fisherman. Born in Moynaq, raised in Moynaq. Every morning, he went out on the water and cast his nets. When he returned, his boat was always full. In the 1970s, the Aral Sea's annual fish catch exceeded 40,000 tons. That was 1/6 of the entire Soviet Union's total catch. As a child, Murat used to follow his father down to the dock. The boats smelled of fish. Seagulls flew overhead. The sound of waves filled the air. That is the last lake Murat remembers. The year Murat turned 10, the water level dropped sharply. His father's boat scraped the bottom. The fishermen followed the retreating water. Little by little, they fell back. But the water receded faster than they could follow. In the end, the water disappeared entirely. His father abandoned his boat. For a fisherman, abandoning a boat means abandoning a livelihood. It means abandoning a way of life. His father never found other work for the rest of his life. Moynaq once had a population of 40,000. Today, 13,000 remain. Those who couldn't leave stayed behind. Murat stayed too. Now, he shows tourists the rusted ships. He charges an entry fee. Foreign travelers take photographs. They post them on Instagram. They caption them, "The world's most shocking environmental disaster." They collect their likes. Then they go home and buy new clothes. He is selling his father's boat as a tourist attraction. Even after the Soviet Union collapsed, the cotton fields did not disappear. After independence, Uzbekistan continued to feed itself through cotton exports. And that cotton made its way to textile factories in Bangladesh. Those factories supplied H&M and Zara. Human rights investigations confirmed that Bangladeshi suppliers for both brands were using Uzbek cotton as raw material. And that was not all. Every year, the Uzbek government shut down schools. When cotton harvest season arrived, students were sent to the fields. Children, as young as 7, picked cotton under a blazing sun. For almost no pay. Failing to meet quotas meant academic penalties. Every year, more than 200,000 children were mobilized. That t-shirt you bought at H&M. A child picked that cotton. Under international pressure, H&M and Zara declared they would no longer use Uzbek cotton. Nike, Gap, and Levi's joined the pledge. The press reported it as an ethical breakthrough for the fashion industry. But the cotton fields did not disappear. The cotton was simply sourced from other countries. The production speed of fast fashion brands did not slow down at all. The Aral Sea did not come back. A single declaration does not turn a desert back into a lake. The northern Aral Sea, on the Kazakhstan side, has been partially restored, thanks to the construction of a dam that redirected river flow. Fish have returned, and fishermen have slowly come back as well. But the southern Aral Sea on the Uzbekistan side is a different story. It is still shrinking. The cotton fields are still operating. The nearest water from Moynaq is now 150 kilometers away. The distance his father once walked to the dock now takes 2 hours by car. H&M puts out 24 seasons a year. Zara releases a new collection every week. Shein uploads thousands of new products every single day. Water is needed to make all those clothes. That water comes from somewhere. From someone's river, someone's groundwater, someone's lake. It took 50 years for the Aral Sea to disappear. The world watched those 50 years go by. People sensed something was wrong, but told themselves it wasn't their problem. Right now, the same thing is beginning somewhere else in the world. Another river is being sucked into cotton fields. Another lake is drying up. Murat walks the desert again today. The ground beneath his feet was once a lake. He says, "My father rode boats. I walk on sand. What will my child walk on?" The next time you buy a piece of clothing, ask yourself just one question. Where did the water that made this come from? Thank you. See you in the next story.